Hi, this is HardballRetro. Welcome to the Retrodome. Today we're going to be playing the one of the opening day games from the 1983 season. I'm doing the as played lineups, rosters, transactions, schedule, so forth. So what that means to those of you that aren't familiar with as played seasons, basically recreating the 1983 season, um, using the lineups as the season moved along. The transactions will occur as they occurred in real life. So if someone was injured, if someone was sent to the minor leagues, traded, so forth, that will be reflected in the team roster. So I have no input into those transactions. Um, I use the lineups that the manager actually used, and same goes for the computer managers. So basically my input is limited to managerial decisions in-game, so I am able to substitute within the parameters of who's on my roster during a given day. I can use the relief staff as I wish. Again, within the confines of a pitcher being fatigued. If I've used somebody 2 or 3 times recently, they may not be available, or they may be diminished if I do bring them in. So at any rate, let's just jump right in and get started. I am going to be managing the California Angels 1983. They fared pretty poorly that year, so my goal with the as played seasons is to perform better than the actual record for that team. So taking a look here, the Angels do not play on April 4th, so I'm just going to fast play these games. And yes, I do. And I want it to use the as played lineups. If there's an invalid lineup for some reason, I want it to halt play, so I can fix that. And I want it to execute any transactions that occurred on this day prior to the game. Alright, so here are the results of those games. We've got the Orioles with a 7-5 victory over KC. Rick Dempsey 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies, and Dennis Martinez allowed 5 runs, but he picked up the victory. Lamar Hoyt, 8 innings, 6 hits, no runs in a 4-0 victory over Texas. Obviously, you can see I've imported the player photos, and I don't think I mentioned it already. I'm using Digital Diamond Baseball version 12.1 for this. There are a number of different games you could use that are available today, including Out of the Park, Action PC, a number of other ones where you can do as played lineups. But just Digital Diamond is kind of my game of preference. So Rick Sutcliffe got the victory for Cleveland here for the 83 Indians. 7-4 victory over Oakland. Manny Trio knocking in 4 runs. And the Reds with a 3-2 win over Atlanta. Mario Soto with a 2-hitter. He did allow 2 runs though, but so, and just real quick, we can click on a box score on any of these, and there's a little game summary, newspaper style box score. You can see Brett Butler had a triple here. Davey Concepcion with a 2-run homer. Negro with the hard luck loss, and there's Soto with his 2-hitter, 10 strikeouts. And just to show here, you got an extended box score. You got the scorecard, play-by-play, and scoring plays. So get out of that, go to next day. And here's my Angels, Sutton versus Keeson, Sutton for the Brewers, so you can see the other games on the schedule here. When during the game, we should be able to see out-of-town scores if I selected that. Actually, we can. I'm not too concerned about that. If I didn't turn that option on, we'll just see the results afterwards. So let's jump in. Alright, so here it says as played lineups, so I'm not going to modify these. Knowing what I know about the Angels, you can see that there were some injuries here already. Rod Carew not in the starting lineup here. I've got Reggie at DH, the right fielder. I think that year they had Ellis Valentine. Yeah, the rest of the lineup looks pretty much as expected. And the Brewers are listed over there. So let's go to play, execute transactions, yes. Alright, Brewers are managed by computer. DH will be used for this game, all good. This is unchecked for me because I'm managing the Angels. Alright, here's our lineup again. If you want to just flip through the available, I like to put more entries here so you can see the whole list. So there's the entire list of people in the available on the Brewers, pitchers. And here's their bench. And for the Angels, we've got interesting. Carew is on the bench. Maybe he was day-to-day. I don't specifically know what his injury status was there. Okay, Juan Beniquez on the bench. Okay, and no, they didn't have Ellis Valentine, at least not yet here. Ron Jackson, Rob Wilfong. Let's see, bullpen for the Angels. Alright, let's play ball. Okay, Bruce Keeson on the mound, Paul Molitor at bat. We are at Anaheim Stadium. 1983 opening day game for both clubs is underway. Here's the first pitch. Molitor steps in. There we go. Slapped on the ground to short. Foley scoops it, throws to first to get Molitor. So one down. Here's Robin Yount. And lined right at Sconyers, and Yount is out. Out number 2 brings up Cecil Cooper. Swung on and missed. Keeson set him up with that pitch. Strike 3, no runs, no hits, nobody left on for Milwaukee. We head to the bottom of the first. Milwaukee 0, California coming to bat. Brian Downing steps in, facing Don Sutton. And he swung right through that one. Strike 3. One down. Bobby Clark getting the start today. It's kind of the Angels' fourth outfielder there for early 80s. And he did move on to Milwaukee, I think, in 84 or 85. It was 84. Lined hard, absolutely hammered to right field, no chance for more. He'll have to play that off the wall, and that's a double for Sconyers. Alright, so Reggie Jackson up, batting cleanup, the DH. Oh, strike 3 called. Fastball across the outside corner. Nothing Jackson could do with that one, so no runs. 1 hit and a man left on base for California. After 1, it's Milwaukee 0, California 0. Alright, so you see up here, upper left corner, since I do have the out-of-town scoreboard option selected, and it's in library options. I don't remember exactly where that's listed under, but you can just see the out-of-town scoreboard here. You see Seattle's already on top of the Yankees 4-0 in the second, and the Giants with a 4-0 lead over the Padres. A couple other scores there. So, neat little feature. You can see the action in the other games going on. Alright, roller towards short. Foley barehands it over to first, and Ted Simmons is retired. So that'll bring up Ben Ogilvie facing Bruce Keeson here. Top of the second, 1 out. And that's a fly ball into left field. It's going to drop in there for a base hit. So Ogilvie on first. Gorman Thomas steps in. Swung on, high fly, deep left. Downing is there, measuring for the wall. He runs out of room. It's out of here. Home run for Thomas. Scoring from first is Ogilvie, and Milwaukee is up 2-0. That's just great because, you know, Thomas had a terrible 83 season, but he got a hold of that one. Alright, there's a pop up to second by Roy Howell. Grich battling the win. He stays with it, puts it away. That was tougher than it looked. Charlie Moore, the batter. Keeson delivers, hard grounder in the hole. Foley ranges to his right, backhands, leaps, throws across his body, and he got him. What a play. And Milwaukee is done in the top of the second, but they do get 2 runs, and they take a 2-0 lead. Fred Lynn, the batter. Hard liner to Yount, and Lynn is out. Doug DeCinces steps in. On the ground to Yount. He juggles it, gathers it in, gets it over to Cooper in time for the out. So 2 away, Bobby Grich, the batter. 2 hopper to short, Yount gloves it, throws to first in time to retire Grich, and after 2, it's Milwaukee 2, California 0. Top of the third, Jim Gantner, second baseman. Fly ball to left, slicing away from Downing, and he can't get to it. Gets by him and goes to the wall. That's a double for Gantner. Hard grounder to second, fielded by Grich, throws to Sconyers for the out. Gantner advances to third on the grounder by Molitor. Alright, so now we've got a decision to make here. 1 out, Yount, the batter. We're going to be in at the corners, I think. Let's try that. Alright. Alright, Yount grounds it to Sconyers. He flips it to Keeson covering first for the out, and Gantner's got a hold at third. So 2 down now. Here's Cooper trying to get out of the inning. Is Keeson. Delivery to the left-hander. Left-handed hitting Cooper flies it to left. Downing is there and he pulls it in for the out. No runs a hit and a man left on. After 2.5, it's Milwaukee 2, California 0. Tim Foley settles into the batter's box. dribbler out in front of the catcher. Simmons barehands it, throws to Cooper for the out. Bob Boone, the batter. Oh, Boone hits a little spinner out in front of home plate. Simmons can't get the handle of it, and Boone is safe at first. That'll bring up top of the order, Brian Downing. Here's the pitch by Sutton. Lines it to center. Thomas is there, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Bobby Clark, the batter. He's 0 for 1 today. Swung on. Bullet through the infield, and it gets by Thomas and rolls to the wall. Clark cruises into second with a double. Do we want to take an extra base with Boone running? Gonna put on the brakes. Alright, Scogner's the batter. Second and third, 2 outs. Bouncer to short, Yount corrals it, throws to Cooper for the out, so we don't get a run there. I mean, Boone running on that play, I think he would have been gunned down at the plate, but that's a decision we had to make there. Alright, Ted Simmons whiffs on that one. Keeson with the K. Ogilvie the batter, 1 for 1. Oh, error by Scogner's, goes right through his legs. So that brings up Corbin Thomas. He hit a 2-run shot his last time up. Slow roller to short. Foley charges, picks it up barehanded, fires to first just in time to nail the runner. Ogilvie to second. So 2 down. Runner in scoring position for Roy Howell. Howell bats from the left side. Hits a fly ball to right. Can of corn for Clark. And that'll do it. We're through 3.5 with the Brewers up 2-0. Alright. I've got 4, 5, 6 due up for the Angels. Here's Reggie. And he skies that one to center. Thomas barely has to move. And that's out number 1. Here's Fred Lynn. Lynn, the center fielder. Breaks his bat. The ball rolls towards third. Mahler barehands it. Gets it over to first for the out. 2 down. Doug DeCinces, the batter. Third baseman. Batting 6th in the order today. And that's a single for DeCinces. He blasted 30 homers in 1982 for the Halos. So he's aboard with 2 down. Here's Bobby Grich. Lined hard, hammered to center field. No chance for Thomas. Plays it off the wall, and it's going to be a double for Grich. That's not a great percentage. We're going to hold up. Second and third again. Tim Foley. So, Angels have had second and third twice here, and it looks like the Brewers are going to get out of it again. A little flare to center. Thomas has a beat on it, reaches down to make the catch. So the Halos are unable to convert. We're through 4. 2-0 Milwaukee. Alright, here's Charlie Moore. Lines that one, but right at Grich, and Moore is retired. So 1 down. Here's Jim Gantner. 1 for 1 on the day with a double. Skies that one to left. Downing is there, and he tracks it, pulls it in for the out. Paul Molitor, leadoff man, playing the hot corner today. And he hits a soft grounder to Scogner's, flips it to Keeson covering for the out. No runs, no hits, nobody left on for Milwaukee. Through 4.5, 2-0 Brew Crew. Alright, Bob Boone steps in, the number 9 hitter. Bounces this one to second. Gantner fields it. Throws to Cooper to retire Boone. All right, Brian Downing, leadoff man, 0 for 2 today. And strike 3 called. Sutton had to break some laws of physics to with that slider. So Bobby Clark, the batter. Lifted in the air to left. Ogilvy drifts over, makes the catch. Through 5. It's Milwaukee 2, California 0. All right. Bruce Keeson's been cruising other than that home run to Thomas. And Yount lines out to left for out number 1. Here's Cecil Cooper. Skies that one to center. That'll hang up for Lynn, and he's got it for the out. Teddy Simmons, the batter. He's catching today. And that one misses outside for ball 4. So 2 down, runner on first for Ben Ogilvy. Left fielder is 1 for 2 with a run scored. And he lines that one, but right at Foley. And we're through 5.5 now. Milwaukee still retaining a 2-0 lead. Halo's looking to get something going here. It's Darryl Sconyers. Oh, there's a drive. Deep left. Back goes Ogilvy. Way back to the track wall. She's gone. Home run for Sconyers. That's a solo blast. And that cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. Here's Reggie. Pops that one up, foul ground. Gantner coming over, and he's going to make the catch. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Fred Lynn. And Lynn skies that one to center, and his counterpart, Gorman Thomas, makes the catch. Out number 2. Here's Doug DeCinces. 1 for 2 today, 2 outs. Skies that one to right. Moore is there. Can of corn, and he puts it away. 1 run, 1 hit. Nobody left on for California. 6 in the books, and it's Milwaukee 2, California 1. All right, well, put a run on the board at least. Here's Gorman Thomas. Oh, swung on, and that one's headed for the gap. There's nobody there. Over to get it is Downing, and Thomas is on his way for a double. So a 2-base hit for Storm and Gorman, and here's Roy Howell. Line drive, here's a clean single for Howell. Thomas advances to third, so nobody out. Runners on the corners. Let's see, we're going to bring the infield in here. Alrighty. Here's the pitch. Two hopper to second. Grich gloves it. Throw to first is in time to retire Moore. Thomas holds at third. Howell advances to second. Gantner the batter. Tough call here. We're going to go infield in again. Let's see if we can somehow wiggle out of this one. Hard grounder through the infield. Lynn cuts it off. Single for Gantner. Scoring from third is Thomas. Howell advancing to third. This might be the last batter for Keeson here. Let's see. Play the infield back. Hope for a double play. But Molitor's a fast runner. Let's see what we get here. Pops it up to the catcher. Oh, easy out for Boone. 2 down. Yount the batter. That's a tough call here. Well, I think we're going to keep it righty-righty. We're going to keep Keeson in there. Yount with runner at the corners, 2 outs. so yeah, it pops it up, and we're through 7, but it's now 3-1. And they had I think, lefty switch hitter and lefty coming up, so that'd probably be the end of the day for Keeson. Okay, Gritch pops up to first base. Easy out for Cooper. Here's Tim Foley. Bullet on the ground, too hot to handle, and that's going to whiz right on by. Ogilvy's on it quickly, and that's a single for Foley. So Bob Boone, the batter. Boone actually had decent numbers in 83. And he's way better versus a righty, so we are going to let him stay in here, I think. Oh, maybe a bad decision. Oh, fly ball to center, that's an out. So 2 down, Foley on first, stretching his lead, downing the batter. 2 hopper to second, Gantner gloves it, throws to first in time to retire Downing. Alright, top of the 8th. Yeah, lefty, switch hitter, lefty. What have we got in bullpen? We have Curtis or Hassler. Let's see. Check their numbers here. Versus lefties. He's got a decent whip. Alright, so that looks promising. And what about Hassler? He's got really good numbers versus lefty. So Andy Hassler it is. Trying to keep this one within striking distance anyway. So Hassler to face Cooper. Andy Hassler, the southpaw. And that one's lined into the outfield. Lynn chasing it down, but it gets by him. Cooper's on his way to second with a double. And that immediately backfired on us. So here's Simmons. Cooper sitting down there at second. Oh, wild pitch. Cooper to third. Nobody out. Now we got to bring the infield in. Slapped on the ground to second. Gritch scoops it. Throws to first to get Simmons. Cooper's got to hold it third. Alright, you can bring infield in again. Facing Ogilvy. Let's see. Number Boone pounces on it. Throws wide. Charge the error to Boone. Cooper scoring from third. And Hassler, you see the red outline around him. That means he's tired. And we were going to replace him because we've got a bunch of... Actually, no, we got righty, lefty, righty, lefty. It doesn't really matter. Who are we going to bring in here? None of these options are particularly appealing. We're not going to waste Luis Sanchez right now. Thinking it's going to be Doug Corbett. Yep. Alrighty, one out, runner on first. Thomas the batter. Angels trail 4-1 here. And there's a base hit into right field. Single for Thomas. Ogilvy stops at second. The batter, Roy Howell, the DH. 1 for 3 today. There's a base hit. That's going to load him up. Ogilvy puts on the brakes. He's at third. All right, we're going to keep the infield back. Hope for a double play here. Charlie Moore, the batter, 0 for 3 today. Okay, struck him out. So 2 outs. Jim Gantner, the batter. Bases loaded. 2 hopper to short. Foley gloves it. Throws in time to retire Gantner. So we're through 7.5. The score is Milwaukee 4, California 1. So got Bobby Clark up. He's leading off versus the righty Sutton. Gonna take a look at our bench options here. Not bullpen, bench. Okay, what do we got? Righty, 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 lefty, lefty. So potentially Carew off the bench, maybe Wilfong. Obviously not Ferguson. Let's see what Beniquez versus a righty versus a lefty. He's about the same, OPS wise. Carew, obviously, great OPS. We got for Wilfong. Let's see. Yeah, Wilfong does not even play against lefties, really. And I'm going to guess Clark's numbers are better versus a lefty, and they're way better versus a lefty. So we definitely want somebody who can get on base for us here. I think what are we going to do here? So look at Ron Jackson for a second versus a righty. Now Ron Jackson didn't do well really in either aspect there. And well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use Beniquez here, I think. In a second. Clark is up. I think I hit the wrong button. I didn't hit pinch hit. I hit defense pen, I think. Here we go. All right, Beniquez will pinch it. Okay. Okay, and he struck out. I mean, Sutton's pretty much been on his game here. Oh, Sutton's got an orange box around him here. So he's starting to get tired. Sconier's homered earlier today. He's 2 for 3. Oh, he crushes it. It's a 2-homer day for Sconiers, and it's a 4-2 contest. All right, and we're still in this one. Reggie steps in. Okay. Here's Freddie Lynn, 0 for 3. Blooper to left field, base hit. And there's a single for Lynn, so we got a little something cooking here with 2 outs. Maybe DeCinces can pull one down the line here and tie it up, but looks like that's not going to be the case. He grounds it to Yount, and we score another run thanks to Darryl Sconyers. It's 4-2. Going to the top of the 9th here. Let's see. Oh, we got to put Beniquez in the game on defense here. Yep, he's going to be our right fielder. All right. Yeah, Cooper. Corbett will remain on the mound for now. Okay, here's the pitch to Molitor, the igniter. Swung on and popped up to second base. Grich, calling for it, makes the catch. 1 down. In the top of the 9th. Brewers up 4-2. Robin Yount 0 for 4 today. Swung on and missed. 0 for 5 for Robin Yount on opening day. Here's the pitch to Cecil Cooper. He's 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. And he's now 2 for 5. They base hit center field. All right, here's Simmons. All right, strike 3 called. Simmons clearly doesn't think so, but he turns around and heads back to the dugout. All right, bottom of 9. Sutton, tired, but trying to go the distance here. Bobby Grich, the batter. Angels trail 4-2. Little roller towards the mound. Sutton will make the play. He fires over to Cooper for the out. There's Tim Foley, 1 for 3 today. I'm fairly certain if Sconyers started on opening day that Carew was hurt, so I am going to refrain from using him here, I think. But Foley is be looking at my pinch hitting options here. We're going to go to Wilfong. Not a whole lot better, but let's see if Rob can come through for us here. And he does. Fly ball to right, slicing away from Moore. He can't get it. Gets by him, goes to the wall. That's a double for Wilfong. So Boone steps in. He's 0 for 3. All right, let's go, Booney. Oh, it bounces off of Simmons' glove. That's a pass ball. Wilfong advances to third. All right, so Boone representing the tying run in the batter's box. Pop fly, short left. Shortstop drifting back. Ogilvy behind him, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Brian Downing steps in. Oh, he lines out to right field, and that'll do it. Milwaukee takes this one. A score of 4-2. All right, so go to menu, save and exit. Want to make this game official? Unfortunately, we do. Angels rally comes up just a little bit short there. There's Sutton, the complete game. We'll take a look at the box score in a second. Let's just take a look at some of these other scores here. So Brad Havens with a victory on opening day for the Twins. Gaetti with 2 homers. Gary Gaetti. John Matlack with a victory for Texas. He did give up 6 runs. George Wright with a homer and 3 ribbies. Tom Seaver, opening day victory for the Mets. Okay, we've got Bob Forsch, George Hendrick, homer. Mike Krukow with a shutout for the San Francisco Giants over San Diego. Fernando Valenzuela with a win here. Greg Brock with a homer. Richie Zisk homer and 5 ribbies for the Mariners. 12-4 win, 12-6 win over the Yankees. And Gaylord Perry with the victory. And Dave Stieb with a complete game. 5-3 win over the Red Sox there for Toronto. Let's look at our box score here. Gorman Thomas, player of the game. 3 for 4 with a double, a homer, and 2 ribbies. And a couple of hits for Cooper, 2 hits for Howell and Gantner. And for the Halos, it was Sconiers, 3 for 4, a couple of homers. That was about it. Keeson pitched well, took the loss. And Sutton goes the distance for the victory. He wins it. Milwaukee takes it 4-2, and we're going to wrap it up here. So thanks for watching. Keep playing ball, and we'll see you soon. Take care.